Wife reveals that she's pregnant, but I know I'm not the father, because I'm sterile. So I play along. I am beside myself here, and I have gone through a range of emotions. I'm really posting just to vent a bit, I guess. My wife, F34, and I, M36, have been married for 6 years this fall and together for 10 total. After we married, we did the whatever happens happens style of thought on pregnancy. 3 years ago we actively started trying to become pregnant. Using schedules to track ovulation and optimal times. Sex anyway anywhere. When that had no results, we sought medical help. We found out it was me. Our entire relationship changed. Sex maybe once every 2 or 3 months. Our time together was cold. She picked up extra shifts at work and a lot of hobbies on her own. I kinda turned into a couch potato. It wasn't a good scene. Then the COVID hit and she worked a lot more, medical field, and I worked a lot less. Carpentry. The big change there is when we did see each other we would have sex. It was good. I thought it was a step in the right direction. I started working out and eating better as I had gained a pretty good amount of weight. Then a huge boom of work came in for me. So much I couldn't keep up. Material prices shot up, but people didn't care. As long as I could get the materials, I was working. So we spent the last 18 months or so as passing ships. 2 months ago she finally called it quits. She said we were too different and barely spoke anymore, we had sex to replace intimacy, and that she wanted more. Of course, more meant children. I haven't seen her since the next morning. She called me last night to let me know she is pregnant. 20 weeks or so. I was immediately confused and excited. I'm only technically sterile, but my sperm count isn't 0. There was always a chance, right? I figured I would be getting my marriage back. I have missed her so much. She stopped my excitement pretty quickly. She was just telling me because she knew I'd find out eventually. She confessed to seeing multiple other men over the last year. And at least 3 could be the father. So I have a 30% chance of having a child. No, you're sterile. There are 3 men that can be the father. That sentence killed me inside. The men seem to be the stinging part. So here I am. I don't know how to feel or what to think. Should I go through with a paternity test? Will it change anything with my wife? Do I want it to? I'm sorry for the disjointed thoughts on it all and piss poor description of the situation. I'm a little off right now. Just venting. Update. First I'll clarify a few things from the last post. I suffered a skateboarding accident at 17 that caused severe damage to my bits and the tubes that run to them, and they had to be removed and replaced with prosthetics, rendering me 100% sterile. That fact was double-checked 3 years after the accident and I was still 100% sterile, so there's no way the child is mine. I was in the process of transferring her data from her old iPhone to her new iPhone and I saw a photo of a positive pregnancy test in her iCloud. I'm not proud, but I did a little snooping and found her conversation with her BFF talking about it. Okay, so here's the update. After a long and difficult talk with her and her dad, we decided that we're going to separate and file the papers with the county we currently reside in. We'll have to be separated for a year before we can legally divorce, and we'll be doing the paternity test when the baby is born. In the meantime, we broke the lease, which she paid for, and we'll have until January 20th to clean out the apartment, and after that we'll go out separate ways for now. My lawyer and I decided it would be best for her to stay on my insurance until after the birth of the baby, but I will not be going to appointments, nor will I be there when the child is born. As far as I'm concerned, we're done and there's no chance of reconciliation because cheating is an unforgivable sin in my book. She fundamentally ruined my trust in her, and if we stayed together I'd constantly be wondering if she'll do the same thing again, and I don't want or need that in my life. If you are unhappy but you aren't capable of having a discussion with your partner about your feelings to try and come to a resolution that not only benefits you but also your relationship, you're an emotionally immature person and we're not compatible together. I'd like to thank everyone here for your advice, and I'd especially like to thank the people who'd me with messages of support and stories from their own lives. I'll try to remember to log into this account after the baby is born or if there are any major updates for an update. Thanks again, peeps. And here's what our Reddit peps say about OP. First came from Lee, Ladybug81. You can get the test done before the baby is born with just a blood sample from the mother. There's no reason you have to draw this out until the baby is born. I would recommend doing it sooner rather than later, if only so that you have something to refute anything she tells other people about you abandoning your kids. Next one is from dry_ask5493. Why aren't you having her get a prenatal paternity test? And ghoul_9799 replied. Because it's probably fake. She told her best friend she was pregnant but failed to mention that her husband is sterile and it's from an affair. This one is from PeglegSteve265. Make sure you are not listed on the birth certificate. And Black Delia Lady replied. But see, that's the thing. I just thought of this. In a lot of states, the woman's husband is presumed to be the father. He will be the child's legal father if they are still married when it's born. Even if she was known to be cheating, he will still be considered the legal father because they're married. It's an archaic law that needs to be changed, but hopefully with this DNA test, the judge will allow him to divorce her sooner. And next is from Spidernaut. Dude! Why is she staying on your insurance? Where is the affair partner in all this? How is she not pursuing the backing from that person? And Legato replied. Depending on the situation, he might not be able to remove her until an open season because separation isn't a life-changing event, or if he is in the military it just isn't an option until they are fully divorced. Probably wants to be extra sure he isn't the dad or faces legal problems because he hasn't proved he isn't the dad yet with a DNA test. Now last comment is from obligatory_burner. Sorry you're going through this, bro. Trust is worth more than gold and so easy to throw away. I hope you heal and move on from this. And that's all for today, guys. See you on the next one.